We live in a time where connection is everywhere, but commitment is rare, where hearts are constantly online, but courage is permanently offline, where people know each other's childhood wounds, midnight fears, silent tears, and unspoken dreams, yet still avoid the simplest sentence that could bring peace to both souls. What are we? This is not a small question. This is the question modern love is running from. And this is where part 3 begins. Not softly, not gently, but honestly, because if you've stayed this long, it means this story is not just content to you, it's personal. We are the generation that feels deeply but defines nothing. We talk every day, miss each other intensely, feel jealous silently, care obsessively, and break internally when the other pulls away. Yet we pretend everything is casual. We act unbothered. We say it as nothing serious while our hearts rearrange their entire world around one person who never promised to stay. Modern bonds don't lack love, they lack bravery. In the past, love had names. Even rejection had clarity. You either belonged or you didn't. You either stayed or you left. It hurt, but it made sense. Today, pain is confusing. Loss is slow. Goodbyes don't happen. People just fade while still watching your stories. And that is a special kind of heartbreak. The reason modern bonds have no labels is not because people don't feel enough. It's because labels force accountability. A label means you can't disappear without explanation. It means your actions matter. It means someone is emotionally counting on you. And in a world where people want connection without responsibility, labels feel like chains instead of protection. So people choose ambiguity. They choose almost, they choose maybe, they choose let's not rush. And the heart of the other person quietly bleeds while waiting for a future that was never agreed upon. Another truth we avoid is this. Many modern bonds are built by emotionally wounded people trying to heal each other without knowing how to stay. Everyone carries past betrayals, abandoned inner children, relationships that ended without closure. So instead of risking full attachment, people keep one foot out the door. They love halfway so they can leave fully. They say they're protecting themselves, but what they're really doing is passing their pain forward. Social media has made this worse. Endless options have trained the mind to believe commitment is a loss of opportunity. Why choose one soul when thousands are watching? Why define something when something better might appear tomorrow? This illusion of abundance has made depth feel dangerous. People fear choosing wrong more than they fear losing something real. So bonds remain undefined, not shallow, undefined. And that's the tragedy. Because some unlabeled bonds are deeper than marriages. Some connections feel cosmic, rare, irreplaceable. You feel it in the silence, in the way they know your mood without asking, in the way your chest tightens when they pull away, in the way no one else compares, no matter how hard you try. But depth without direction is not destiny. It is emotional suspension. Modern bonds also lack labels because emotional intimacy has replaced commitment. People share everything except intention. Trauma becomes a bonding language. Late-night conversations replace long-term planning. You become each other's safe space without ever building a home. It feels intense, it feels powerful, it feels real. But intensity is not stability, and emotional closeness without clarity creates anxiety, not safety. Another painful layer is this. Some people benefit from unlabeled bonds. They receive loyalty without offering security, love without promises, support without presence. They enjoy being someone's priority while treating that person like an option. And because there is no label, there is no accountability. One person waits, the other avoids. And the waiting person keeps telling themselves stories to survive. They're scared, they just need time. They feel it too. Sometimes that's true and sometimes it's denial. Silence has become the most common language in modern bonds. Instead of honest conversations, people choose avoidance. Instead of asking for clarity, they fear losing what little they have. But silence doesn't protect the bond. It slowly poisons it. Every unanswered question becomes a wound. Every mixed signal becomes self-doubt. You start questioning yourself, your worth, your expectations, your sanity. And here is the hardest truth of all. Many unlabeled bonds end not because love wasn't real, but because one person got tired of feeling unsafe. The heart can endure pain, but it cannot live forever in confusion. At some point, the soul demands peace. And peace does not live where clarity is avoided. Labels are not the enemy. Fear is. Fear of choosing. Fear of being chosen. Fear of losing control. Fear of being seen fully. Fear of commitment. So people stay in emotional limbo, floating between connection and escape, between love and loneliness, between I feel everything and I owe you nothing. But listen closely. A bond without a label is not automatically meaningless. Some connections are meant to awaken you, not stay. Some people come into your life to show you what depth feels like, not to build a future with you. These bonds are not failures, they are lessons. But a bond that stays unlabeled forever will eventually ask for payment. And the currency is always the same. Your peace, your self-worth, or your heart. Every soul eventually asks the same questions. Am I chosen? Am I safe here? Do I matter enough to be defined? If the bond cannot answer that, it will begin to hurt no matter how beautiful it once felt. Modern bonds have no labels because people are still learning how to love in a world that taught them how to leave. We want connection without pain, intimacy without risk, love without loss. But love has never been safe. It has always required courage. And labels are not prisons. They are promises. Promises to show up, to stay honest, to protect what matters. If you are in an unlabeled bond, hear this clearly. Confusion is not love's language. Peace is. A bond meant to grow will not fear clarity. And a person who truly values you will not be afraid to name you. Because love does not disappear because of labels. It disappears because of avoidance. And now the final truth. Some bonds are unlabeled because they are unfinished. Others are unlabeled because someone is afraid to choose. Knowing the difference can save your heart. If this spoke to you, if you've lived this silence, this almost love, this connection without a name, know this. You are not weak for wanting clarity. You are not asking for too much. You are asking the wrong person. This is the story of our generation. And this is Unsaid Bond. Like this video if it touched something real inside you. Share it with someone living in emotional limbo. Subscribe to Unsaid Bond for the truths we all feel but rarely say. Protect your heart, choose peace, and never settle for confusion where clarity is deserved. Some bonds are unlabeled because they are not meant to last. Others are unlabeled because someone is afraid to love you out loud. Know the difference. And don't lose yourself waiting for a name that may never come.